Folks, Andrew here, along with none other than WWE Hall of Famer Coco Ware. Thank you for joining us.
Man, it's a pleasure, man. Thank you for having me.
Now, I just got to say before we even get to this interview, I love Pal Driver, the album. I used to listen to it. I love Coco Ware. I mean, what was it like with the whole Pal Driver album, and how did that come about? Did you help write it, or who wrote the song?
Well, the Pal Driver acts as one of the WWE, one of their musical guy, a great guy that handled that, developed the Pal Driver, wrote it out and stuff like that. I just sung it, but it came from I can't mention his name, but you know, just off the record. But he was a great talent. That he helped me with the Pal Driver, and I was the lead singer of it and stuff like that. I was just glad to be a part of it.
Oh, absolutely. When you came into the WWE, you came with a lot of hoopla. You also had the Frankie. You still have Frankie?
I still have Frankie. Frankie's still around. You know, he just don't like to come out, and he got a girlfriend now, and you know, Frankie just like to stay at home a lot.
How old is Frankie now?
Frankie's got to be, you know, they live to be 100, so I'm saying Frankie, he's like 25, close to 28, stuff like that, you know.
What are your
still young.
What are your thoughts of the NFL players protesting the national anthem?
Well, you know what, I don't like to get into that because those are grown men, and you think you have the right to do whatever you want to do in life and stuff like that, but this is America. This is our flag, so let's represent it. I don't care if you like it or not. It's still, this is a USA. You know, I was born right here in this country, and I love this country, and this is our flag. It's going to be our flag when we're all dead and gone. That American flag is going to stand, and I was taught about that flag, and I just, you know what I'm saying, this is our flag. It's not a Russian flag. It's not of.
You seem to be more patriotic.
Exactly. This is what we believe in. Is that flag, the freedom that we have, and it's just like praying for God. You know, we start praying for Him, we don't know what's going to happen. That's why we got to stay prayed up in this country, because the devil is very, very busy. The devil's trying to get into a football player's mind, giving them bad thoughts for not standing up for the flag or anything like that. But maybe they have a right. I don't know. I can't say they're right or wrong. I can say what Coco Ware would do.
What would you do?
I will stand up for what I believe in. And I know what's the backbone of this country was that being here in America. Not a Russian flag, not a Japanese flag, you know, not an Italy flag, not a Mexican flag. There's nothing wrong with these other flags that I'm talking about. I was born in the United States of America under patriotic of the American flag.
Absolutely. What is your favorite memory wrestling? I mean, you were all over in the WWE in the 80s. You were with Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant. You shared that locker. What is your favorite memory in WWE in the 80s?
In the 80s, well, you can't never forget about WrestleMania 3. The biggest crowd ever, 93,000 people in Pontiac, Michigan.
And you wrestled Butch Reed.
And I wrestled the natural Butch Reed, and what a match we had. But just being there, that 93,000 people being in that Pontiac Dome, and seeing the people around the world that came out to see all of us. That was, man, I can feel the goosebumps right now. Right now, just like I felt when we drove up on the lot that morning. There was people laying all around the Coliseum. I'm talking about like dead flies. You thought there was a war zone where the people was camping out, but they was camping out for people like me, Coco Ware, Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Ricky Steamboat,
Honky Tonk Man,
Honky Tonk Man, and all that stuff. I mean, they was hanging all out, and like I said, and that was the biggest crowd of all time. Which it took them 30 years. It took them to beat our record. It took them 30 years to beat that 93,000, but that's okay. They was in a lot bigger building too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know.
Final question: what is your favorite road story or rib that you could share?
The classic one that I always tell everybody about, the Iron Sheikh. You know, God bless you. I love the Iron Sheikh. He's a true brother of mine, and I tell this story about the time that Vince McMahon came in the dressing room. We was all around getting dressed and stuff, and then he came in, and of course the Sheikh was doing his clubs. He was working his clubs. Yes, he was working his club. So he comes over as Sheikh. Sheikh stops his clubs, and he stands like he's in the Iraqi war. He stands at attention, and he's standing there. Yes, sir, boss. Yes, sir. Well, Cheeky, you tested positive for some kind of little drug. Sheikh said, "Thank you, brother. Thank you. I tested positive, Nikolai Volkoff. You understand the Sheikh tested positive for the drugs and everything and stuff. I told you the Sheikh was clean. He just went off and said, oh my God." Everybody hit the floor laughing. Vince said, "Sheikh, I'll be back in a little bit." So Vince rolls back around again. He said, he called Sheik's name out again. Of course, he was doing something else, push-ups or whatever. He stands back in sat there, and McMahon walking around him like he was his drill sergeant or something, you know. And he said, "Sheik, what I meant, you had something in your little pee-pee." And then Sheik said, "Seriously? I'd be damned. Don Muraco, give me that stuff, Vince." He pointed at Don Muraco. Don said, "Sheik, oh," and Vince going, "Don." Sheik said, on Don Muraco's, oh my God, he just covered his head. He said, "Sheik, you gotta be crazy." Don would just said, he said, "I can't believe you said that." So we thought that was the funniest thing in the world, that everybody applauded. I mean, everybody was just cracked up on it and stuff like that. But that was one of the greatest things of all time.
To close us out, as a WWE Hall of Famer and legend, what is your thoughts of the current WWE today?
Well, you know, it changed, you know, and nothing stays the same, and everything is script righted. You know, we wasn't used to that back in the day.
Do you feel like the characters like yourself, the flamboyant, colorful characters like yourself, Randy Savage, Roddy Piper, it's missing today?
Well, you know what, it is, but the thing about it though, they went to a new generation, new area now. Everything had to change. You know, back in the day, we used to use brass knuckles. We used to use a chain. We used to put our foot on the ropes to beat somebody, but not now. You know, everybody's kind of like, okay, it's one-on-one. There's no more bad guy, no more good guy. Hey, we just characters out there, and that's what's selling. So you don't knock success. And I want to give my hats off to WWE. They helped Coco Ware, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be Coco Ware nationwide. And they the one helped put me in the Hall of Fame, helped put my name out there. And I don't hate them at all. I just don't like the things how they treat me, how they treated me. I don't like that. But I don't hate the company.
But how did they treat you? You're talking about in the past?
Yeah, just how they treated me. I'm not talking about how they treated everybody or whatever. Just financial and health wise, not giving the guys
Health insurance.
health insurance and stuff like that we really need and stuff like that. I mean, it's not asking for much, but you know, they see something that we don't see. You know, it's their show. I was just the old dumb wrestler.
You're not dumb, Coco.
Well, according, you know, we were just the old dumb wrestlers that didn't know no better. And so, hey, I still love it. God still got me my good health and strength and all that stuff. Praise God for him. He's ahead of my life, and I don't do nothing without him.
Thank you, Coco. You're very class act. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. All right.